to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris-a-bit-weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of September, 2015, and this is episode 159, in which my brain has left the building.
Oh, okay.
That may not be the title, but that's what it feels like. There's so much going on. The retreat is 5 weeks from tomorrow. And I have 3 new patterns coming out in October.
Mm-hmm.
My to-do list for today was like this long. And I'm not done with it yet. Fun times. Anyway, we'd like to say a big hiya to any new viewers. I think I did this backwards. We'd like to say a big welcome back to all our returning viewers. We love you. And a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. I would say that I'm not always as scatterbrained, but that's probably not true. I think it's probably just different levels of scatterbrained. You know? Mare. Nobody introduced themselves this week.
Yeah.
That's sad. So if somebody's not a member...
I think this is like the first time in a while.
Well, last week there was no introductions either.
I think that was the first time in a while.
Yeah. So, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do?
Join.
And then what?
Introduce yourself in our introductions thread and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
That's right. Well, we have a lot to talk about. As you can tell, Damaris, go your head that way. Can you see all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like this is how our whole flat looks because we're getting so much stuff in for the retreat, and it's everywhere. There's a pile like right in front of us. There's Damaris's closets are full. Like all the suitcases we own are full. Craziness. And there's more stuff coming. I think we're going to get overrun eventually. So we have a lot to talk about apparently. So I think we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
And we're adding a new aspect to this because we have a couple of joint projects going on.
Mm-hmm.
So now you not only get what Damaris is knitting and what I'm knitting, but what we're knitting together. So let's start with that, you think? Sure. Do you want to talk about the first one? Because I'm currently knitting on the second one and you're about to start knitting on the first one.
Okay. We're knitting a Doctor Who baby blanket, a second one.
Yes. We talked about why a few episodes back, so.
Yes, and it incorporates some of the Doctor Who dishcloths by Holinarf, who's Lindsay. And it's on US 6's 4mm, and right now it's just using West Yorkshire Spinners
Air Valley DK.
Air Valley DK in the white, gray, and blue colorways.
So, I finished the first 3 squares. So, we talked about last week that we're joining the squares as we go, so we don't have to seam them together later. So can you take that side and I'll take this side, but you're going to have to like help unroll. So the gray one is the Cybus Industries logo. The middle one says I Heart DW, and this is the seal of Rassilon. So now Damaris will pick up with the next 3 squares on top, and the colors will shift. So above the gray one will be a blue jelly baby. Mm-hmm. Above the white one will be a gray Angels Have the Blue Box. I'm really sad because that's my favorite one, and Damaris gets to knit it.
Sorry. And
on top of the blue one will be a white Bad Wolf. So, and you're about to get started on those hopefully tonight.
I don't know about that.
Hopefully soon. Now, what did I do with the doohickey?
Within the next week.
What did I do with the doohickey?
I don't know. How about we
there
find
it is.
Later?
I found it.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you this and I'll start talking about the next one. So, we're also doing a flyaway baby blanket. The pattern's by Tin Can Knits, and you like how I cleverly titled it "Fly Away with the Doctor," because we're using all the colors from the Doctor Who baby blanket to knit the flyaway blanket, which is for our friend's second baby that's due in January.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. And it uses all the same yarns as the one that Damaris talked to you about. That's the wrong bag. I should really put this blanket in the Doctor Who bag. Oh. But it's not. It's in my coffee bag. So, I just started on the first square.
Really small.
I know. Here, can you take that end?
Goodness. There's so many ends.
It's over halfway. Well, you leave ends because we are going to have to seam this one up, but you leave long enough ends to seam it up. So the light brown is going to be the main color of the entire blanket, and this is this on charcoal? This is the charcoal colorway right here. But what we decided to do, I just dropped that thing. Can you do that while I talk? What we decided to do is we're going to lay the blanket out with the contrasting color stripes this way. And so we're starting right here at the bottom. So it's starting with 1 square of gray, and then it'll have 2 squares with the nutmeg contrast, and then 3 squares with the cardamom contrast, and then 4 squares with the rust contrast, and then it'll go back, that'll get you to halfway, and then it'll go back with 3 squares of the plum contrast, 2 squares of the forest green contrast, and 1 square of the charcoal contrast, and then we will use the white and blue from the baby blanket to do the border around. So that's how we've laid it out. So I guess I'm starting at the top because I'm doing the charcoal one right now. But they don't take very long. I just haven't had a lot of time to work on it. What are you doing? Oh, thank you. So I actually probably will finish this square tonight. I'm going to try to do, I think we should try to each do 3 squares while the other is knitting on that one.
How many squares is that one?
It is, I think it's 16.
That's not divisible by 3.
3, 6, 10, 30. Yeah, 16 plus the borders. But I think you're going to want me to do the borders because it's picking up all the stitches.
Well, so is this one.
No, but no. On that one, it's going to be like how I'm doing on my zigzag blanket, where you just pick up you knit and pick up the stitch to connect it. This one, you actually pick up a stitch all the way around, so you have like 400 zillion stitches, and then you knit it.
Nice.
So I have a feeling you're going to want me to do this on here.
Okay.
But if we each do, if we try to while the other person's doing the 3 squares over there, the other person can be doing 3 squares here, or maybe even 4, because they're smaller and they're easier. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do with this? I'll put it over there in Natalie's chair. How about that? Okay, so now, Mare, what is on your own needles?
I am still making the secret Doctor Who cowl, and I think I will be for the rest of time. I'm using US 4's 3.5 millimeters, and the yarn is Shamoom Make Silver Twinkle Sprite Sparkle Sock Yarn. It's fingering weight. That's why it's taking so long.
But it is the equivalent of a 100-gram skein of yarn. I mean, it's the equivalent of like this.
I don't think I've ever knit one of those all in one project.
Yeah. But you should weigh it and see where you're at.
I need to finish this.
Although, if you need to take a hiatus on it, that one's not releasing until Christmas.
I need to finish this.
Okay. Because you're going to have to, as soon as the sample yarn gets here, you're going to have to knit up the pumpkin spice sample.
Oh, yeah, like the wind.
So we can do a photo shoot of it. Because the pattern's already done. We've knitted in another kind of yarn, but we're waiting for the colorways to get here. Mm-hmm. So anything else on your needles?
No, but I'm hoping I'm gonna do the squares on this blanket. Sometime this week. They may or may not be all finished, and I'm going to maybe start a pair of socks. Maybe I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. So
all right.
What else is on your needles? How do you have time for all this?
I don't know. My brain's craziness. So, a friend of ours from church is having a baby girl, and we didn't really know about it. They didn't really announce it really until just a few weeks ago, but she's due in November. I mean, they may have announced it to some like closer friends, but anyway, so it's a baby girl, so I decided to knit a bumble hat, which is another... This show is brought to you by Tin Can Knits. The bumble hat is a Tin Can Knits pattern, and I'm calling this Bumble Hat the First because I have plans to knit 5 of these here, hopefully by the end of October. Different yarns, but 5 of them. You do this on US 5, 3.75 mil needles, so that's what you do the brim on, and then you change to US 10.5, 6.5 mil needles, which is why I hadn't cast these on yet, because I didn't have 10.5. US 10.5, 6.5 mil, so I just purchased them at Ginger Twist Studio this week. And the yarn I'm using is my leftover from my Mamma Mia, the West Yorkshire Spinners Air Valley Geeky in the Knickerbocker Glory colorway. This episode is also brought to you by West Yorkshire Spinners. Not really. They're not officially sponsors. We just love their stuff. So, I'm actually on the decreases, so I am almost done with this mare. I have just a few rows to go. However, in the pattern they said you could do it, you could flip it inside out if you prefer it that way. So here's what it looks like the way it's knit up. Okay, so you see that?
Yes.
Now, watch what happens when I flip it inside out.
Ooh.
Look at that. I think I like the inside out much better.
Which side are you gonna put the pom pom
I
on?
think I'm gonna flip it and put the pom pom on this side. Because if you didn't put a pom pom on it, you could do it reversible. But I'm gonna put a big pom pom on top because hello, my name's Cece and I'm addicted to pom poms.
Little babies need pom poms.
So I think I'm gonna flip it inside out and use this side and put the pom pom on top. So I am almost done with this. I will actually probably finish knitting this tonight. And
it's like a little ice cream hat.
I love how these needles jingle together.
No, the color is ice cream.
I know, but I also, it's like an ice cream truck. Jingly, jingly. But I will have yarn left of this, and so I might knit up a little pair of baby socks to go with it. But I also am planning to knit, Yes. I'm also planning to knit bumble hats in these 3 colors together, two different ones. I haven't 100% decided how I'm going to do the colors. And then I'm also, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, kind of, a little bit. That gray right there and that green right there that I did my Miranda in, last Nanny Swimmo, I'm going to do 2 bumble hats out of that. And there you get a lovely look at my newest tattoo. Just in case you missed it. So yeah, I'm working on bumble hats. Some of these are Christmas gifts. This one obviously is a new baby gift. Yeah. Then second on my needles is my zigzag baby blanket.
Baby blanket.
I've been talking about baby blankets. My zigzag sock yarn blanket. It's for the hubs in my bed. It's not a baby blanket. Oh, my head is scrambled. So this is a free pattern by Frankie Brown. It's called the 10 Stitch Zigzag. And I'm on US 4, 3.5 mil needles. I finished the leaf colorway. I'm trying to find where I was last week. Okay. Help. Okay. No, right here. Cold right here. There you go. So I was right there last week, so I did all the rest of the leaf colorway, and it's much brighter in person. That's Regia Floramania. So now
That's the brightest leaf I've ever seen.
Yep. So now I have started a new color, and this was actually given to me by Sam of Knit Run Dig. She had knit socks on it, and out of it gave me the leftovers. This is, hold that thought. Purple Goddess Designs in the Stuff a Sock in It base in the silver lining colorway. So you have the gray and then you have like the rainbow colors. I am in love with how this is knitting up. I am a little bit worried that I might run out of this color a little before the end. Just because it's like really borderline there. I might not. But if I do, I think I have just a plain gray sock weight. So I'll just do that at the end if I run out of yarn there. And then the last thing on my needles is birthday socks because, hello, this is the month of birthday socks. Actually, October is. It's not October yet, but yeah. So Almost.
October 1st is when Halloween season begins.
And birthday season because both of our birthdays are in October.
And then November 1st is when Christmas begins.
We have, our 2 birthdays are in October and then we have 2 friends whose birthdays are in October. Mm-hmm. Yeah, two close friends. So there. And it's autumn, and the hubs and I just celebrated our anniversary. Sunday, the 20th was our 18th anniversary. 18 years. Yep. We got married when I was a baby.
No, you didn't.
I'm just joking. We didn't. But really, we have been married 18 years. We went out to dinner to a new to us Mexican restaurant. It was really good. I think we'll go back. We'll have to take you. It was really, really good.
Yes. Take me to this good Mexican food.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had the fajitas, and the hubs had a chimichanga. But we went, so a lot of restaurants around Edinburgh, this has nothing to do with what's on my needles. A lot of restaurants around Edinburgh have a pre-theater dinner on like Sundays through Thursdays before shows start.
Oh.
And so they'll do either 2 or 3 course meals at a cut price between 5 and 7 p.m. So they were doing that on Sunday when we went. And so what we did was I ordered a 3-course meal, but the appetizer, the hubs and I shared. It was a nachos, but it had sour cream, and it was just cheese nachos, but it had sour cream and guacamole and stuff. Their guacamole was really good. And then, like I said, the hubs had the chimichanga, and I had chicken fajitas, which were really, really good. And then for dessert, the hubs just had chocolate ice cream. But I don't remember the name of it, but it was salted caramel ice cream with a shot of espresso poured over it, with Patron Cafe, which is a coffee liqueur, poured over it with whipped cream.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Was it good?
It was really good. And I had a passion fruit margarita on the rocks on top of that. Because their frozen margarita thing wasn't working. So I had it on the rocks. It was really good. That was our anniversary dinner. Okay, back to what I'm knitting. So this is coming up the month of birthday socks being needed to be done. So I'm knitting Damaris's birthday socks, which I'm calling Damaris's Sweet 16 socks, because she'll be 16 this year. This is from my free vanilla cappuccino sock pattern, which you can get on Ravelry just by joining my newsletter. And I'm on US 1.5 2.5 mil needles, and I'm using, again, West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the Country Birds collection, the Wood Pigeon colorway. And just before we started recording, I finished sock number 1. Started recording. Sock number 1 is done.
Yay.
Yay. And sock number 2, that's all that there is. Not even a toe. And I do magic loop for the toe, and then I switch to the Zoom needles, which we're actually going to talk about sock knitting in Ask the Geeky Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll talk more about that there. So I've just cast on the second one. I'm doing a contract job right now for my non-creative work-at-home business. And I can knit while I do it. So I have a feeling that Damaris's second sock will be done
in time for my birthday.
Well before your birthday, and actually probably well before mine as well. Because once I get the toe done, it's pretty smooth sailing to zoom right through it. So that is everything that is on our combined needles, our single needles, and everything.
Nice.
That was a lot of stuff.
This was really long.
That was really long. Sorry, we get sidetracked. I warned you at the beginning that my brain is kind of like, woo! So, I think we have some FOs. At least I do. So let's move on to the next segment. Do you see it's flashing that red light now? That didn't used to do that.
Yes, because you upgraded.
Oh, because I upgraded because I'm cool like that.
Okay. And now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
Yeah, because I have 2 this week. So first up is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 38 for the year, Mare. 38.
That's a lot.
That's how old I'm about to be. 38.
That's a lot of babies and hats.
That's right. So this is my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. You can just go download it. You don't have to do anything special. It's got lots of sizes, but I tend to knit some of the smallest ones. This was done on US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Lizzie's Wool Blend DK in the orange and cream colorway. So I just striped it a little bit and put that wide stripe. But I have enough now. I think for next week I'll do the cream as the main and stripe it with the orange and do an orange pom-pom. That'll be really cute. So that's finished. And then as you may have noticed, I have another finished object here on my head. This is my perfect pink barley hat, which is the barley pattern by, you guessed it, Tin Can Knits. This hat was knit with US 6's 4mm needles and US 8's 5mm needles and Rainbow Heirloom Sweater yarn, which is done by Emily of Tin Can Knits in the perfect pink colorway. So, are you ready for this? Look. Do you see that pom-pom? How freaking awesome is that? Okay, I'm going to take this off, but my hair's probably a mess, so don't look at my hair. So, I made it a little slouchier than the pattern called for because I like really slouchy hats. So, there's just the stockinette section, and there's the garter section, and then this pom-pom is from Toft Alpaca. We got it during Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Damaris and I both got one, and I was waiting for the perfect hat to put it on, and what could be more perfect than the perfect pink hat. So, I didn't use all of the yarn. I actually have some left. I think it's up here above my head somewhere. Is it? You can't see it on the screen, I don't think. It's up there at the very top. You can't see it. So, I don't know what I'll do with it, but I love the pom-pom. And you probably saw some silly pictures of me on Instagram or whatever modeling my hat because I love it. And you can like go like this and hit somebody with the pom-pom and it's funny until you get dizzy. And then that's a problem. That's everything that I finished this week.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next segment. If you could, like, tilt the camera down and see our laps, they're full. They're overflowing. Because this segment is Yummies. It's our favorite segment. Damaris, what are Yummies? I totally messed that up. I don't know what I was doing. And now it's time for our favorite segment. For our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are Yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things. Things we like. Things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And we have a lot this week. So first up, I have been wanting to order for a long time and just hadn't done it. I kept hoping they would make it as a Kindle book, but they haven't. So I finally just gave in and ordered them. I ordered 2 of the Vogue Knitting Stitchionaries. So this is the first one. This is volume 1, Knit and Purl.
Stitch Canaries. Sorry.
Quit making fun of me.
No, I love canaries.
I really love that they have the flaps where you can, like, mark your page. But there are hundreds of stitch patterns. And then I also got the second one, which is cables.
Ooh, cables.
Yeah, there's lots of them, see. Yeah. So I'm really excited about these. Because I love stitch patterns and they're so much fun. I'm just going to set those back up there out of the way. So I ordered those. Then, yeah, we have lots of stuff up here.
Let's get the big one out of the way.
Yeah. So our sweet friend Katie, who is Katie Jane 82, not to be confused with the Katie that lives here in Edinburgh.
Nor the other Katie we know. There are more Katies and Catherines.
And Kates.
And Kates.
This is Katie Jane 82, and she's freaking awesome because you know what she sent us?
A box.
A box.
A box. Oh, it's falling out.
Okay, well, let's show this part first. So, Doctor Who sticky notes.
Yeah.
This Doctor Who bookmark for Damaris. I'm going to take the sticky notes because Damaris has a set just like that.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yes. And, Exploding TARDIS bookmark, which is for me.
I wanted that one. You wanted that one too.
And, oh, the note she sent in it is so cute. Let me see if I can hold it up. But, okay, let's see if I can do this without spilling them.
Okay.
That's only the top layer. There's a whole nother layer of yarn under this. So I had said a few weeks ago that if anybody had any 40 grams skeins of leftovers of 4-ply, and they wanted to send them to me, I would just take them. That would be fabulous because that's what I use in the zigzag blanket. I need usually around between 35 to 40, just depending on the yarn. But so some of these I think are even bigger than that. And so there will be leftovers for Damaris to do hexapuffs. And some of them are
Hopefully
smaller.
That one.
Yeah, that one's really pretty. There's lots of pink ones underneath. I think... I'm trying to get to this one right down here. I really like that one.
Okay, let's not pull all of them out.
I'm not going to pull all of them, but I also really like that one.
Okay.
Okay, push that one down in there. Down in there.
Now let's put it back on the shelf.
Yeah. No, yarn is falling. You want to keep... No, I'll keep that out.
I'll close it.
You close it. Okay, you got it? Yeah. So thank you so much, Katie. That was so sweet of you, and...
I'll try to close it.
Why don't you just set it on the floor instead of trying to put it back on the shelf? I don't know if it'll close all the way, because we jostled it. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
We love you. Thank you so much. So I ordered a couple of things online this week.
A couple of things.
I ordered a zillion things online this week. Okay. So from Karen Hellion Art. I linked her Etsy shop in the show notes already. She does lots of fabulous things. We have shirts that she's done. Did she do that one?
Yes.
You might have to stand up. Oh, it's Ariel with the TARDIS. So I was ordering some things for somebody's birthday that's coming up, but I ordered some things for me too. This is
for both of us.
Yeah, well, this one's we should have pulled the other one down to show with it.
We can just tell.
So we already had. So White Christmas is our favorite movie, and we can quote it and sing the whole thing and everything. And so we have the one the note card she had done of the guys doing the sister act, but here's the one of the girls doing it. Love it. So that's going to go up on our wall with the guys on our clothesline of stuff. And then I also ordered for myself this sticker, Peace, Love, Who. Isn't that fabulous? It's going to go on my beautiful bulletin board, which is across the room, which I showed on Instagram this week because the hubs helped me cover it in fabric, so it's not yucky brown anymore. Which, I mean, no, brown's not a yucky color, but it was just boring. So we covered it in this beautiful yellow fabric, and I'm going to pin this up on there. Sisters. So that was from Karen Hellion.
You're making it scroll.
I am making it scroll. Next up, we have yarn and goodies from Boga, who is the proprietor of knittinginfrance.com. She has her shop closed right now because she's about to go away on holiday, and she's going to be reopening it towards the beginning of October when I release a sock pattern called... What is my sock pattern called?
What is it called?
Strawberries and Cream Frappe Socks.
Yes.
And she's got a special colorway that she's dyed that she's going to offer a discount code to our viewers with. I talked to her about it yesterday. So we'll talk more about that next week because I'm going to release the pattern on my birthday on the 4th. So it'll be a birthday present to y'all from me. But I ordered some stuff from Boga. And she was sending stuff for the retreat too. Which I'm not going to tell you about because it's a secret. So, a few weeks ago, she was playing with dyeing some yarn up, and she dyed a batch up that I inspired her to dye, and then she named it something about Cece, and...
Can you guess what color it is?
It's orange. Mm. So, it's called something about Cece, and I just felt that I just had to buy the whole lot.
Buy all of it.
And it's got sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It's a little brighter than it's showing. That's more true to it. So I bought the entire lot, and I'm going to knit the Flare jumper sweater by Vera Valimaki. And when I figured up the yardage, I really only need 4 skeins, but I was like right there within like 1 or 2 meters of kneading into the 5th skein. So I just went ahead and bought it because I was like, well, I'll use the other skein for something. It's pink and sparkly. So I think this is going to be my December project. So, I'm going to put that down there. In addition, she was playing with some dye about a week or so ago, and she dyed up 2 skeins of yarn. One of them, a blue, not a navy blue, but and not like the blue like you're wearing, kind of in between. With yellow and pink and turquoise and green in between it, and she also did one that's a gray like that. And she said she was going to knit up one, and she didn't know what she was going to do with the other. And I was like, I really like it. If you want to sell it, I'll buy it. And so she skeined it up, and I bought it. And here it is. Isn't that beautiful? Now, hold on and remember that while we finish talking about Boga, and then I'm going to show it to you again with something else, okay? And then she sent us, why don't you talk about that one right there?
Okay. This is some Hexapuff yarn.
That she sent you, that she had dyed. Does it have, it just has colorway numbers on it, not names.
Yeah.
So, but that's, what is it, 5? 5 skeins?
Yes.
So those would be fabulous. I really like the orange one. So, and then she is looking at doing some mini skein kits, like a little club. I'm sorry, this is gonna crinkle. So she sent one for me and Damaris and Sam. So it's gonna crinkle, but so there's 2 skeins of yarn, mini skeins in it. So I got, of course, something about Cece and Very Rose. What'd you get?
Something about CC and sunshine.
And then Sam, I think, got something about CC and a turquoise one. And then, so we got
Pattern markers.
Pattern magnets. We got soap. This little sample pack of soap. We got stitch markers. Mine are dark chocolate bars.
I think mine are white chocolate.
Yours are white chocolate
and
bars.
And Sam is blue chocolate.
Yeah. And then we all got a needle stopper that is a glass dolphin. There's mine. It's clear with kind of a purpley maroon color. Aren't they adorable? My sister is going to wish that she knew how to knit because she adores dolphins. They're so cute. So thank you so much for that, Boga. And watch for that because she is going to be offering it, I believe, as little kits to purchase. And if you give me just a second, I'm going to show you her card. Knitting in France. And like I said, she also sent some lovely things for the retreat. They're actually sitting on the table in front of us. We ordered one thing from her to put in all the goodie bags, and then she also sent some stuff and a door prizes and all that. So, yay, fabulous. Do you want to say anything about that?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Boga. And then we went to Ginger Twist Studio, which is our LYS this week. Because I needed needles, but I also needed yarn. Because don't you just always need yarn? So, but you needed yarn too. So why don't you tell us about this?
This might look familiar to you. This is West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply from the Country Birds collection in the wood pigeon colorway. And so, you might remember, I think I've said this before, but I asked my friends, like, if I were to hypothetically make you some socks for Christmas, which one of these Country Birds colors would you like? And they were both like wood pigeon. And
so this is for the nemesis and the non-nemesis?
Yeah.
For Christmas?
My nemesis and my Don Lockwood. Singing in the rain.
Oh, sorry, my brain. So, yeah, that'll be fun. So you're going to do those for Christmas?
Yes, and we'll have matching socks.
Aw, that's so sweet. I also picked up some things. I picked up some needles, US 6s and US 10.5s, which I can't think what that is in millimeters. 4 and 6.5 mil, maybe? But I also picked up some buttons. These are some ceramic buttons.
Just hold them.
I'm trying to figure out how to hold them so you can best see them. There they are. And just I knew I needed to get some buttons, and just before we were headed out to go to Jess's shop, she posted on Twitter and Instagram that a ceramic artist had brought by buttons for her to see if she wanted to sell, and so she got some of them, and so we went through it so what I got these for is I got a new raincoat this week, But didn't realize that on the sleeves, it's Velcro to be able to adjust it to how open you want it. And I wore it on Sunday when we went out for our anniversary. But I was also wearing my Neon Beast and the Velcro caught on it, which is not a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the seam ripper and take the Velcro out. And then I'm going to figure out where I want the sleeves to be. And then I'm going to permanently stitch the button on just to hold it in place. So I need to actually get that done before I'm back out in the rain again. Because, hello, it's Scotland. It rains a lot. Now, do you remember, was this last week?
Maybe.
Last week or the week before, I showed you this hand-spun bluebonnet fibers that my friend Rebecca spun up for me. And I said I was going to get a color to go with it to knit, I believe, the Miss Winkle by Martina Bem. I'll probably stripe it like I did the Hitchhiker. So I was looking for a yarn to go with it. So what we decided worked was this gorgeousness. This is Ginger's hand-dyed. The Bleeding Velvet 4-ply base.
It's so squishy.
100 grams, 400 meters, 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon in the Dove colorway. So here they are together. How does that look? Isn't that amazing? So it'll be really, really pretty together. So that is on my list of things to knit. And then I just was talking to you about the yarn that I bought from Boga. And I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to do with it yet, but it needed a coordinating one. It's going to be a shawl, but it needs a coordinating one. Bam! This
Gorblimey.
is Ginger's hand-dyed Swell You sock, which is 100 grams, 365 meters of 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon in the Gorblimey colorway. How fabulous is that? So together, oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? So those will be a two-colored shawl together at some point. I'm not sure what. But, yes. Is that everything?
I think so.
That was a lot of stuff, y'all. So, did you have anything else you want to talk about in Yummies that we just didn't write down?
No.
We talked about anniversary earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. So, let's talk about our normal stuff. So, let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Mare?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge.
Sorry, I didn't know it like flew at Damaris.
And we have a list of prompts for each month, and each day you take a picture related to the prompt, and then post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. And the October list will be coming out just before next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Damaris picked the picture for the background.
Mm.
Can you guess what it has on it?
A kitty.
With pumpkins and sunflowers.
Do you know pumpkins are fruits?
Yes.
They're berries.
Okay.
Because their seeds are inside.
Ah, okay. So, that list will be coming out next week.
So bananas and avocados are berries too.
Okay, you're making my brain hurt even more.
Avocados are fruit, not vegetables.
Fish are friends, not food. So Damaris, what are we going to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were the photos. Yeah. So it's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompt. Take a picture related to it. What is today's prompt? Autumn.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to take a picture of yet. It doesn't necessarily have to be crafty. Sometimes...
Just take a picture of your cat.
How are you going to relate the cat to Autumn?
No, just take a picture of your cat, like, for another prompt.
Oh. I thought it was like...
Just your
Well,
cat.
I guess if you had your cat with pumpkins, that could be an Autumn prompt.
Put the pumpkins near your kitty.
Yes. So, yeah, it's never too late to join in. So, yeah, just take a picture, post it, hashtag GGKCraftyPad, and yours might be chosen to be featured next week.
And now we're going to talk about the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza.
This is our only upcoming event at this moment.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a retreat that you and I and our friend Sam are co-hosting here in Edinburgh from Thursday the 29th of October to Sunday the 1st of November.
Which is 5 weeks from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
5 weeks from tomorrow. If you haven't signed up, do it, please.
Do it.
If you want to take a class or classes and you can't attend the whole retreat, you can sign up for that on the website. Vendor market will be open to the public on the Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. All the details are on the website, which is
geekypuffinknitpalooza.com. Yeah, it's not a drop-in event.
No.
The only thing that is drop-in is the vendor market when it's open to the public on Saturday.
Yes. So if you're wanting to attend anything, you need to sign up. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at
geekypuffinknitpalooza@gmail.com.
That's right. All right. Well, I think with that, we're ready to move on to the next segment. So here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
Because we're not listening to anything this week. So, what are you reading?
I'm reading Mansfield Park by Jane Austen.
How goes it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How far are you?
I don't remember.
Okay. Are you reading anything else besides that?
No, I can't do that.
But you don't have anything for school?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you reading? This will be more interesting.
I'm continuing with my 8th nonfiction book of the year, which is Christ Plays in 10,000 Places by Eugene H. Peterson. I did not get done as much as I thought that I would this week. My brain just can't handle it right now. I am still reading in the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. The second book in the series came in for me to check out from our library, so I am reading The Light Fantastic, and I think I'm about 75% done with it, so I'm nearing the end on it. I should put it in the show notes. Remind me. I don't know if I'll remember. You sent me a reading guide.
Yeah.
Because I like to read things in order, but with as many books that are in this series, it apparently you can read them in like groupings or something. So I need to look at that again to see about what I'll do next.
The Light Fantastic reminds me of Night Vale.
Okay.
Because there's like a quote from it. Like, I tripped the Light Fantastic, and then I offered to help the Light Fantastic up. And when the Light Fantastic is halfway up, I let go. Me and the Light Fantastic do not get along very well.
Interesting. I also read the Wayward Pine series by Blake Crouch this week. I had already read the first book, but I didn't remember that I had read the first book. I had read it like when it first came out. And so then I started reading it, and I was like, this seems really familiar. And then I realized I had read it already. So I went ahead and finished rereading the first book, which was Pines. And then I read the second and third book, which is, the second one is Wayward, and the third one is The Last Town. This is a, gosh, I don't even know how to describe it.
The name makes it sound like Twin Peaks.
It does have some of that kind of thing in it, but it also is, well, I don't want to give away this. It's about...
Sci-fi?
it's kind of got a sci-fi element to it, but it also, gosh, I can't say anything without giving away like one of the big secrets of it. I'll tell you about it when we get done. But apparently also there was a TV like miniseries or something about it, of it.
I think I remember something about that. I think that might have been recent.
Yeah, like in the last year or so. I think Fox did it. I think it was about 10 episodes. So I need to add that to my list to watch when I finish Supernatural. Because I'm interested to see how they took all 3 of those books and combined it down into 10 episodes. But parts of it were really intense, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I'm also... Fiction, I can just, like, zoom through.
I read so many books.
Fiction, it's my, like, turning off my brain at night. So I get finished with what I'm doing, and I go late in my bed, and I read for at least an hour. But I also am a speed reader, so that is why I get so much read. Because the fiction, I don't have to, like, retain stuff like I do with nonfiction. So, y'all have heard me talk about before the Magnificent Devices series by Shelley Adina. A new book came out sometime this year, but I don't remember when. But I decided to reread the one just prior to it so that I would remember what happened. So I reread A Lady of Integrity, and then just last night when I was having horrible insomnia, I started A Gentleman of Means. And they are what are the ships that fly in the air?
Blimps?
But that's not what they're called.
Dirigibles.
Dirigibles, so that's a big part of it. It's steampunky type. Not hugely, but that kind of book too. So, that is what I am reading, have read this week. TV, lots of shows are coming back. So, so our TV watching will change a little bit. But do you want to talk about the first couple?
We are rewatching Season 7 of Star Trek The Next Generation and Season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
We're almost done with TNG. Mm-hmm. We don't have that much left. But it will probably slow down quite a bit now that new seasons of other shows we watch are coming back on. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
No.
That one episode where Data was 7 different people?
Yeah.
That one was crazy. Was it this week, too, that we watched the episode that I absolutely hate?
I think that was last week.
Oh. Did I talk about that last week?
Maybe.
I hate the one where
Crusher?
Yeah, Beverly... I got the Beverly, but I couldn't think of the last name. Beverly Crusher's grandmother dies, and then the spirit thing, and... Ugh. I just hate that episode with a passion. Ugh. So, anyway. You and I are watching The Blacklist Season 1. We watched maybe an episode or 2 this week.
Yeah.
Since Demarcus started back to school, our TV watching time during the day is cut way down. But, and then the hubs and I are watching... No, we finished watching Season 1 of Motive. But I don't know if we started the second season. Because I didn't realize it was the end until, we finished watching and then I was bookmarking the next episode to watch. And I was like, oh, this says Season 2, Episode 1. I was like, Bubba, we finished Season 1 of that. Because it didn't really feel like a Season 1 ender. It didn't feel like a season ender. But I cannot remember if we started Season 2 or not. I'll have to look it up. So. And then, because I can watch this while I'm working... I have been watching a ton of Supernatural. I finished Season 4 and I started Season 5. I think I'm Episode 4 of Season 5. I was yelling at the TV. Did you hear me yelling at the TV yesterday?
No.
I was because Sam was he's got the whole demon blood thing, and he was about to drink the blood of the guy, and I was screaming at him no, don't do it, stop, no, don't do it. He didn't do it. And it turned out it wasn't demon blood. War had War, of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Oh.
War. He was personified in a person.
Okay.
War was making them all hallucinate and fight against each other because he was making them each think that the others were demons with the black eyes, but they weren't. There was no demons. in the town. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's been people from Lost. Mark Pellegrino was in it. And who's the guy that played opposite him when it was the Man in Black? You know what I'm talking about, like in the last season?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember what his name is, but they were like in it together. So, anyway. The Hubs and I are watching the ending of season 4 of Continuum. So I think it was episode 3 of 6 that we watched this past week. They've got to wrap things up. They've got 3 episodes left. They knew it was ending. So I'm just like, okay, folks, you've got lots of loose ends. You've got to tie this up for us, folks. Okay. Downton Abbey started back, and it's the final series. So we started watching that, and
Drama.
So much drama. Yeah, the Hubs was like, it's turned into a soap opera.
It did that a few seasons ago.
Yeah, it did, but we still watch it because we love it. So Bates and Anna are free. They finally arrested the person who really killed his ex. Pushed her off the train station thing.
Okay.
Because remember, Bates was in jail for a while, and then Anna was in jail for a while.
Okay.
Yep.
Can they be happy now?
They can be happy now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Like nothing else is gonna happen?
I don't know. We'll see. But also then,
The babies have grown up.
they have grown up a lot. Carson and Mrs. Hughes.
Yes.
Getting married, and they're so sweet. Mm-hmm. Love that. And Mary was almost blackmailed, but then her father was like, snap, no, I will turn you into the police because you just signed a confession. Here's 50 pounds, go away. That's not how he said it, but that's really what happened. Wasn't it?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's 7 more episodes in the Christmas special left of that. And then Doc Martin, Series 7, the Hubs and I are watching that. And, yeah, he had to do a tracheotomy live on air on the radio. Because the girl stopped breathing while she was singing and collapsed, and everybody was listening to it on Radio Port Win, and so he rushed over and had to do a tracheotomy, and it was happening on air. It was kind of funny, interesting because of the reactions of the people as they were listening. And poor Al, no, not Al, Bert, poor Bert, his fiance broke up with him in a letter. That's not cool.
I'm sorry.
Okay, then we started watching season 9 of The Big Bang Theory last night, and Penny and Leonard finally got married! But Sheldon is having major issues because Amy broke up with him, and he was about to propose to her. Drama. But lots of funnies, too. We laughed a lot. You want to talk about the next one? I've been talking for a while.
We're watching season 8 of Castle as it airs.
Drama,
yeah.
What do you think Kate is into?
I don't know.
Yeah. Drama. But I liked how Alexis took on the PI.
Yeah.
She was like...
She's solving everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. And then the Hubs and I started watching season 7 of NCIS LA last night. And it's Sam, Hannah, and Callan.
Oh.
We were getting the names mixed up last night. I was trying to explain to Damaris.
What is Callan's other name?
I don't think we ever know what it is.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, and Deke still doesn't know why he's being investigated by internal affairs. Yeah, scary time. And then Do you know what was on this week?
You wrote all the things.
I wrote all these notes because I watched it a second time. You didn't get a chance to watch it a second time. You took a nap instead. Mm-hmm. Well, first up, okay, Doctor Who. So there is a prequel, like a 6-minute prequel called The Doctor's Meditation. And I've linked it in the show notes if you have not watched it yet. You need to watch that. So, the episode 1 was called The Magician's Apprentice. And here are some of my random thoughts about it. There were hand mines. Literally, hand mines. Hand mines. With eyeballs in their hands. I thought
how else are they going to see?
I thought they were weeping angels at first. You know how we've had in the past where the arms coming up out of the ground. Davros? Didn't Dr. Donna kill him? How is he back? And then Unit is calling for Clara to come help, and she has the motorcycle, and then one of the ladies is like, pardon my sci-fi, but didn't this happen? And then the code comes up and it says, hey, Missy, you so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Missy. I loved that part. And then there was the Doctor's electric guitar entrance. What'd you think of that?
Yeah.
It was so funny. It cracked me up. And he bought a tank for his fish. A tank for his fish. Mm-hmm. And then he started playing Pretty Woman to Clara.
I thought that song was familiar, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty woman walking down the street. It's also
from Pretty Woman.
There's a movie called Pretty Woman. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Doctor gave Clara a hug and said hugging is a great way to hide your face. Why does it always have to be snakes?
Okay.
The bad guy. He was made up of snakes. I hate snakes. And the Doctor doesn't have a screwdriver anymore. Davros had it. And then there was all the past Doctors. Mm-hmm. That was so cool. And then the Doctor begs Davros for Clara's life. But the Daleks kill Missy and Clara and destroy the TARDIS.
Or do they really?
Well, because we then end up back to the war where Davros is a boy and the Doctor has come from the future to presumably kill him. So will the Doctor exterminate Davros? To be continued in episode 2, The Witch's Familiar. I thought it was a good, strong starting for the series. We also found out this week that Clara is leaving sometime this series. Hubs is quite thrilled about this. He thinks that Clara, like, once Matt was gone, that her storyline kind of crashed. But I thought I'm glad Missy's back because even though she's really bad, I like her character. But I think it was a strong start for Series 9. So, so we'll be back next week with The Witch's Familiar. And that's all the TV for this week. That was a lot. Let's move on to some cowl knitting, crocheting, weaving, spinning, cowl. Let's go.
And now we're going to talk about our artistic autumnal cowl.
That runs from the 1st of September through the 30th of November. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin you can convince us is related to autumn. How?
The purpose of it.
Like, you need socks in the autumn to keep your
feet
warm.
In the winter.
You need them in the winter too, but you need them in the autumn to keep your feet warm.
Pattern name, colorway name, design element.
And if all else fails,
you made it in the autumn.
That's right. Feel free to double dip in other cowls. However, no whips count for this knit along. You need to start your project no earlier than the 1st of September, and you need to finish it no later than the 30th of November. We do have prizes. They're on the screen right now. Thank you so much to our sponsors. We will talk about them more in detail the first podcast of October. Is that next week?
I don't know.
Sunday is the 4th. Saturday the 3rd. Friday the 2nd. No. So it'll be the following week when we talk about them in detail. Every project you finish and post counts as one entry in the Cal. You have to post a picture of your finished project. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Net podcast group on Ravelry to participate. When the prize winners are announced, they have 30 days from the date that we announce them to claim their prize or they forfeit it. Yep. There's a chatter thread in the Ravelry group. And with that, Damaris, who finished projects this week?
Lots of people. A1 Darwin, A Bingham ×3, Allison Roseboom, Amber Fox 84, AZ Nitwit ×2, Bindi J, Celeste, Denise Chang, Evil Twin 2 ×6, Kana Soup ×3, Kathy Sand ×4, Kelly Cron, Knitosaurus, Knit by Moonlight 89, I think that was ×2 actually, a KPM CQS, Crafty Mama, Elizabeth Dawn, Muzzer Z, Mystery Sower, Phoenix Fire ×4, Piper's Mom ×2, POKDEJ, Rue CMC ×2, Ruzy, RS Island ×3, Sherry Spins, and Shirley Murley ×2.
Great job, everybody.
Yay!
Yay! So keep up the great work, get those projects finished, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for our Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
That's right. So what's this week's question, Mare?
This week's question comes from Joanna, who is Upper Joe from the California.
Yeah, my grammar.
From California. And the question is, I am working on my first pair of socks, and I am having a horrible time with ladders. With ladders. Mm-hmm. They're terrible. Do you have advice or techniques on how to avoid them? Thanks.
Well, I would suggest that you not knit your socks on a ladder, because that could be a safety problem. It is much better for you to knit your socks when you are sitting on level ground.
And don't knit your socks while walking under the ladders, because that's bad luck.
Yeah, that is bad luck, and especially if there's a black cat.
No, black cats are nice.
But aren't they bad? But aren't they bad luck?
No, kitties are bad luck.
Okay. Seriously. Joanna, let's talk about ladders. So, double points, I despise them. I hate them. But you can use the same kind of technique as on double points as you would on magic loop. When you're knitting your sock, what I haven't really ever had problems with ladders, but this is a technique I heard from someone. So when you knit the second stitch on the needle, then pull really tight. And that should help deal with the ladder situation because it pulls everything together. So if you do it on the first stitch, it for some reason doesn't pull it tight enough. But if you do it on the second stitch, it pulls it tight.
But you should also pull it tight on the first
stitch.
Yeah.
Too. But then on the second stitch, pull it tight as well, and that should help with some of the tension there. My other big suggestion, I'm going to convert everybody to these, not really because some people hate them, is Zoom needles. That's not what they're really called. These ones are Haya 9-inch circulars, US 1.5 2.5 mil needles. Now you can't do a toe on these. That's why I have over here magic loop to do the toe. But then once you get going in the round on the foot, you just go around and around in circles, so there's never a ladder problem because you're just knitting completely in the round. It took some practice, but I've also worked it where I can do my modified short row heel on these using shadow wraps. And then, so what I do is I put in a stitch marker and I just work back and forth on the heel stitches, and then I start back in the round again. And that also, I don't typically have problems with there being a gap where the heel and the rest of the sock joins together, you know?
I do. I need to work on that.
Yeah, you need to pull tight, kind of like what I was saying about the ladders. But then back to zooming for the leg and the cuff. So this is my big suggestion is Haya 9-inch circulars. I also sometimes use the KA asymmetrical ones where one of the needles is longer than the other. they're made out of bamboo, but I have a problem with them getting too dull. And I can't do any designed, I can't do cables or lace or anything on them just because they're not sharp enough. But I can do vanilla on them, but the pair that I had in my sock bag had gotten really dull. And so it wasn't being a smooth, easy knit. So I switched back over to the metal. So, recapping. Pull the stitches very tight on the second stitch of the needle, where the join is, and that should help.
And don't knit on ladders. Or under ladders.
Or under ladders. And try the 9-inch circulars because they're amazing, but you're either going to really love them or really hate them because that's what everybody has done. If y'all have suggestions for how to help with ladders on when you're knitting socks, post them in the episode thread. I'm sure Joanna and others would be very interested in your technique to get rid of ladders. Unless you're needing to climb on the roof, then you have to have a ladder. Ladders. Mara, what if somebody has a question for us?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. All right, I think we're ready to move on to the final segment. Here we go. And with that, we're to the end of the show.
Yep.
I have no idea how long this episode is. Probably long because I'm sorry. I just had to kind of do a brain dump. I told you, brain issues, yeah. And so much yarn. So, just a few announcements. My I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice sock kit, my I Love You More Than Pumpkin Spice socks kit is still available for pre-order through this Saturday, the 26th of September, until 10 p.m. BST. So if you have not pre-ordered yours and you want to get one, you need to get that done. You can do that at javapearldesigns.com. The kit is $40 US plus shipping. It has a sock pattern from me, 2 50-gram skeins of 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon yarn from Rainbow Heirloom, and 4 pumpkin spice themed goodies. And you can add an optional wedge project bag by Sam of Knit Rindig Project Bags for $20. If the shipping ends up being less than what I've charged you, I'll refund the excess back. If you're here local, you can pick it up for me and avoid shipping. Or you're going to be at the retreat, you can do that. I'm so thrilled with how this is done. I'm sitting at 75% of my goal. So, thank y'all. Y'all are amazing. And the kit will ship out no later than the 23rd of October. I'm hoping to do it earlier, but it's going to depend on a couple of my vendors that are doing things, what their time schedule is. But it will go out no later than the 23rd. Yeah, and thank you so much for your support. Anything other announcements other than just our normal?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're Amazon.com and .co.uk affiliates. If you click through our website to shop, Amazon gives us a little money back that helps pay for prizes and shipping and technology and badges and business cards and all kinds of stuff. So we appreciate your support if you want to help out the podcast by doing that. It doesn't cost you anything, but every little penny helps. So thank you to those of you who do that. With that, where can they find us online, Mare?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We hope your brain is not insane like mine is. And we hope that you're surrounded by lovely yarn fumes and chocolate and coffee and pink things. And pom-poms.
And cats.
And cats. I wish we had one here, but we don't. But we'll look at your pictures and love them that way. So with that, happy knitting. Bye. We'll see you next week. But I like my pom-pom up there. It's fun.
Okay.
So, Maris, you're going to tell us about something for what's coming up in just a second.
Yes, this outtake is from a video I did yesterday because I do weekly YouTube videos. about women that inspire me, and the one this week was about the Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I love them.
And so we sang the theme song.
But she made me cry in the video. Y'all haven't seen it yet because she hasn't pushed it live.
I will have pushed it live when
this airs. So you might have seen it. But I watched it yesterday and got a preview, and it totally made me cry because she said sweet things about me. I love you.
Okay.
So now what's going to happen?
You're going to watch it.
No, we're going to sing.
Oh.
So here comes the song. Okay, bye-bye.
If you're out on the road,
you have to do
feeling lonely
and so cold. All you have to do is call my name, and I'll be there on the next train. Where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow. Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, where you lead me? Wait.
No, then we have to do the other part again.
No.
No.
I thought.
Where you lead.
Okay.
Okay.
Need her to go home.
Yay, need her to go home.